From a lack of ventilators to nurses wearing garbage bags for protection, the country was not fully equipped to face the coronavirus. And while most of America is now well aware of the deficiencies in the medical fight, the pandemic is shining a light on several other gaps. In some states, as millions head to websites to file for unemployment or relief benefits, the systems are buckling under record demand. That's in part because some state governments and unemployment systems use a decades-old coding system. So where do you find the programmers who speak that language? NewsHour Weekend's Christopher Booker has more.
The number of Americans who now find themselves suddenly without work in the past 4 weeks can be hard to fathom. 22 million people, about 1 in 8 working adults, are now out of a job. And this is weighing heavy on state unemployment agencies. In New Jersey, the unemployment office saw a 1,600% jump in claims in just 1 week. So many that Governor Phil Murphy recently put out a call for programmers to help support the state's unemployment computer system.
We have systems that are 40 plus years old, and there'll be lots of postmortems, and one of them on our list will be how the heck did we get here when we literally needed COBOL programmers.
What is COBOL? It's short for Common Business Oriented Language. Co-created by Grace Hopper 61 years ago, the computer code was first developed when Steve Jobs was a 4-year-old, and computers took up the whole side of a room. Many of the world's programmers have moved past COBOL, but it's still around in banking and manufacturing, and in many state governments.
COBOL fits into almost every government system or agency.
Bill Hinshaw is the founder of the Texas-based COBOL Cowboys, named after the Clint Eastwood movie Space Cowboys, in which NASA brings back retired astronauts to help fix a broken Russian satellite about to crash into Earth.
The only men for the job
Is there anyone still alive who can fix this thing?
are the boys.
I can't fill up a space shuttle with geriatrics.
Hinshaw's group is a collection of 350 freelance COBOL programmers who work all over the world with the software.
Today, there's about 220 billion with a B lines of COBOL in use, with another 150 billion with a B that's being added every year.
Hinshaw stresses the problem is not with COBOL itself. The problem is with how states have failed to maintain and upgrade their back-end systems. COBOL is still common in the financial world. An estimated 95% of all ATM transactions run on the latest hardware and software, but have COBOL running in the background.
Most organizations still use COBOL. They may have some of the new technology on the front end, dealing with the internet and the iPhones, etc. But to actually process a transaction it's a marriage between the new technology and the old technologies.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy was asking about COBOL programming as it relates to their unemployment system. Help me understand where COBOL would fit into a government system like that.
What the state of New Jersey has encountered is they're running with 40-year-old machines, 40-year-old software. Well, the older hardware basically had one processor, i.e. a brain. And the newer technology and hardware software allows for multiple processors or multiple brains. Therefore, if one brain gets overloaded, it can share the work with another brain and another brain. So basically, the fact is that it's older hardware and software, and unfortunately, it takes a crisis like this to point out that the systems can be overloaded.
So, has the state of New Jersey sounded the alarm and called in the COBOL Cowboys? No, not yet anyway. But New Jersey is not alone. Kansas and Connecticut are also struggling.
So many of our departments of labor across the country are still on the Cobalt system. Very, very old technology. And then when you talk about, 12 times as many applications coming in at one time, 877,000 phone calls in one day, that's going to overwhelm a good system, much less the kind of system that we were stuck with.
Do you anticipate that the COBOL Cowboys will be very busy in the coming weeks and months?
I expect we may get some business out of the state governments. I hope we don't, be honest. I hope things are running that well for them. But if we're needed, we will be there.